got minutes for the word? We got 2 minutes for the word? What's your nationality, brother?
Take a slide, sister. Hey, sister. We the Lord's chosen people, okay?
Thank you.
Right? Come hear the word when you come back.
African Americans, right? Now, what we out here to do is to show you and prove to you who are the Lord's chosen people, right? So we're going to prove to you out the Bible that you will be one of them people. Are you believing the Bible? Let's find out. Let's see. Let's get Deuteronomy 28.
Con, Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse number, what you want, 1?
Let's get 7 and 6 first.
Con, Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse number 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Right, so you got a speaker, you got an audience. Right, who is the audience in this context? It's the Israelites. Who is the speaker? Moses. Moses told the Israelites that we are a special and holy people unto the Lord our God. Right? He said above all people upon the face of the earth. The Most High chose one nation of people to be special and above everybody upon the face of the earth. Right? And we're going to show you that that's our people. Right? It's us. So who's more special than the so-called black man? Who's better than in basketball? Who's better than in football? Who's faster? Who's smarter than you? Who invented the stopwatch? No one's more special than our people. No one look better than our people. Nobody smell better than our people. We are the greatest people upon the face of the earth. The Most High said it, we didn't say it. Right, let's get Deuteronomy 28 and 15. Now we're going to prove to you.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse number 15.
Remember again, Moses speaking unto the Israelites. Okay?
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So Moses told the Israelites, if you don't hearken or listen to the Most High God and observe and do all his commandments, that all these curses will come upon you and overtake you. Now again, he's talking to the Israelites. Now let's see what curses befell the Israelites. Read the next verse.
Verse number 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
So the Israelites will be cursed in every city they'll go to. Right? Every city they'll go to, they'll dwell in, the Israelites will be cursed. This is how we know who are the Israelites today. Right? Because these curses will be upon them forever. When you read verse number 46. Right? So who is cursing the city? Who's living cursed in every city you go to? Detroit, Chicago, LA, New York. Who's living cursed in the city? Question. Right? Us. Right? Aren't we living afflicted? Aren't we strung out on drugs? We hide our mind. Our woman is thought. Look at sexy red, man. That's not a blessing. That's a curse. Our women shouldn't be the way they are. Our women is commanded. They're all whores. Right? Our men is whoring out our women. No other nation live the way our nation lives. We live in the ghettos and the slums and the hood. We can barely pay our rent. The Most High said that Israel to be cursed in the city. Now, if you're a white man standing here or you're a Chinese man, you can't really relate to them. Because your people got their own shops, they got their own military, they got their own schools, right? They got their own doctors. Where's our doctors at? Where's our hospitals? Where's our banks at? That we own. We don't have that. The Most High said we'll be cursed in the city. And what else?
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
And the Israelites will be cursed in the fields. What does that sound like? We'll be cursed in the fields. Slavery, man.
Right.
That happened to our people, man.
Right.
We was cursed in the fields. Right? Picking cotton from sun to sundown. No other nation can relate to that besides our nation. This is how we know who they are. Let's get 48. Let's see what else will happen to this.
Verse number
I
40.
ain't gonna hold you up too long, brother. We need like 2 more scriptures.
Verse number 48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
Yep, so the Most High will send our enemies against us. In hunger, whenever we have food, we have to go to our enemies.
Right.
We don't own food line, we don't own Subway, right? We don't own anything. We have to go to another nation that's not of ours to get food. What else?
And in thirst.
Whenever you was thirsty, you have to go to your enemies for work. Right?
And in nakedness.
And when you want clothes, Jordan, Nike, Adidas, whatever you want, you have to go to your enemies. So whenever you want clothes and what else?
And in one of all things.
And a one of all things, whatever you want in your life, like driver's license, house, you gotta go to them.
That's right.
A nation that's not obedient. And what else?
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
And we had them yokes of iron upon our neck.
That's right.
No one else had yokes of iron upon their neck. And they destroyed our minds, man. Until a point we call ourselves black. We call ourselves a color. We're not a color. We're better than the color. And we're not African American. Or we're greater than African American. When you look at what African American means, it comes from two so-called white people. Or we're not African American. Right? So we're better than these things. They call them community. But the most I said, we destroy our minds. That's why we call ourselves black. You destroy when you call yourself a color. I mean, how worse can it get when it's 2025 and you call yourself a color? Man? It don't get too much worse than that. And what else? Let's get 54.
Verse number 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother.
So another curse that was on the Israelites is that the most tender brother amongst our people, his eye was going to be evil toward his brother. Remember, these are the curse that happened to us. Right? So the tender brother that was amongst us, our eye was going to be evil to each other. This is why we got an evil eye to one another. This is why you got blood and credit. Right? This is why you got we bang on each other. This is why you can't even walk down a certain neighborhood without being touched.
Right.
You walk down the wrong neighborhood with the wrong color on. That sound might happen. That's just the way it is. Because the Most High put these curses upon us. And we wonder why we live so bad. We wonder why we live in these lower conditions. We wonder why mom is stressing. We wonder why we gotta say, I'm gonna buy my mom a house. It's because we in this food. Why does everyone else seem to prosper? Why does everyone else seem to live a good life? And our people just somehow just going through it. Is it because we dumb? We're not dumb. It's because the Lord put these curses upon us. And what else?
And toward the wife of his bosom.
And you're gonna be evil towards your women. That's why you have music videos, right? Of our men going damn hype on women that's twerking. That's evil towards your women. Damn, cheat on her, treat her like shit. And that's being evil towards your women. And what else?
And toward the remnant of his children.
And you're gonna be evil towards your children. And what you will do?
Which he shall leave.
And the man is gonna be known for against his kids. Right? Aren't we known for growing out without a father? You grow with your father? Right? Well, a lot of our people don't grow up with it. That's due to the curse. We know for not growing up with a father. We wonder when daddy's gonna come. Right? That's a curse put upon our people.
We made it.
That's it, one more.
We made it.
Look at 68.
Verse number 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Another curse that we don't know. It's like going into the business. To a slave. The Lord's not a prince. It's like you don't really have six. So it's not a prince. You can get on a slave for again.
With ships.
With ships. How did we get here to America? With ships, okay? This is our history right in the Bible. You're never going to win this anywhere else. You're not going to win this in church. You're not going to teach this. You're not going to win this on damn Google. You're never going to find this information again, brother. So it's the most important information that you will ever learn. That you are God's chosen people. You're a special king on the earth. And we got to start keeping God's commandments. Because guess what? This society is coming to an end. You know? We are telling you what's going to happen before it happens. This society will shut down. There's going to be no more food out here. All the events, all the work, it's going to be all good. This society is coming to an end. How was the earth destroyed the first time with COVID? The Lord destroyed this time with COVID. There's going to be missiles that's going to come and hit America. World War III. It's prophesying about it. This place will get burned back. Right? Continue on.
Thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
And when we got them slaves, we were sold unto our enemies. A lot of people get, offended by this, but this is what God said. We will be sold unto our enemies. Who's our enemies? The so-called white man, right? For what?
For bondmen
For slave man,
and bondwomen,
slave woman,
and no man shall buy you.
and no one's going to redeem us from captivity. And we got one more question for you. What do you believe it's Jesus? You? You guys? You don't know? All right, we're going to read out the Bible. Revelation 1.
Come on, Revelation chapter 1 and verse number 14. His head, so his head and his hairs were white like wool.
When you read the Revelation, it says Jesus Christ and his hair white like wool. Text of wool. Who got text like hair? Who got wool like hair? Our people, man. Turn around. Who got sheep like hair? Our people. So the same way Jesus Christ, his hair was white like wool. Just like our people. What else?
as white as snow.
And it was white as snow. So this guy, he don't have woolly hair or nappy hair, and it's not white as snow. What else?
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Now we're looking at Jesus Christ's eyes. His eyes was a flame of fire. He had red, fiery eyes. This guy got blue eyes. Right. So this is not the Messiah. Go ahead.
And his feet,
And his feet is the same color the rest of your body. And his feet,
like unto fine brass,
like it's a fine brass. The color of brass is like a bronze, like a pink, like a copper. As if what?
as if they burn in a furnace.
And then when he got burnt in the furnace, so he was a dark skinned man. He go anything in the furnace, because it's not burn, a dark skin color.
Right.
He was real dark. He was darker than me, you, a lot of us. And he was a real dark skinned brother. That's what he was like. Right? Not like this. This is an right?
His voice as the sound of many waters.
And his voice was the sound of many waters. And he spoke loud. Not like this, but this guy, he's not right? He might whisper in your ear. This guy, feel like he's gonna speak with authority. But our people aren't our people loud. Our people is known for being loud, man. But guess what? The Messiah, he was a so-called black man.
I got a precept for you. First Maccabees chapter 3 and verse number 48. And laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So they opened the book of the Most High God, and they decided to paint their images. Whitewash. They whitewashed all the angels. When you look up Solomon, it says he's a white. You look up any biblical character in the Bible, it's gonna pop up with a sucker white. They whitewashed all of our images. And this is our history. But when you read Song of Solomon, when you follow that Song of Solomon, this is our history. They tell us our history started in 1619. Right, slavery.
Song of Solomon chapter 1 and verse number 5. I am black,
Right, so Solomon said, I am black. Go ahead.
but calmly, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon.
So Solomon said he was black. Solomon black. All that Moses is black, right? All the biblical characters we read about is so-called black. Right? So we the Israelites, brother, let's get Deuteronomy 10 and 12. Okay. We the Israelites, we're not shut up without, we're not black or African American. He was told that by our oppressors, by the enemy. They called us Negro, they called us black, they called us nigger, they called us African American, now they call us black. They give us all these different names, but that's not our biblical name. Those like God called you Israelite, Israelite, but you're a king on this earth, and you gotta go after yourself. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 10 and verse number 12. And now Israel,
Now Israel, now Israel.
what doth the Lord thy God require of thee?
Now what you like is not the Most High God requires something. What is he required of?
But to fear the Lord thy God,
You gotta fear the Most High God.
to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul, to keep the commandments of the Lord and his statutes, which I command thee this day for thy good.
Right, so the Most High wants his people to keep the commandments of the Most High God. Right? Our people don't keep the commandments. Again, this is why we went to captivity. This is why our people are oppressed. This is why we get shot down the streets. Right? It's not a coincidence. It's because we don't keep God's commandments. So what do you have to do? You have to keep God's commandments. Do you know some of the commandments? We heard about the Ten Commandments. Right? Now it's more than 10 commandments. Roughly 613 commandments. We're going to read you one. Right? Get one. Leviticus 11 and 7.
Leviticus chapter 11 and verse number 7. And the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you.
Right? So the swine is the pig. Most like God, we don't know how to Again, God don't want our people to eat. He don't want his people to be eating pork chops, ribs. He don't want our people eating that stuff. So it's not eating.
What's that in there? Is that turkey? Chicken? All praise to the Lord.
Right? Again, so he don't want our people eating pig. But again, we're holy. Right? He wants us to be different than everybody else. Right? So we the gotta keep the commandments. There's information on fire, bro. Check out the bottom. Check out the information. Guess what? It's gonna be like that. Now, if you don't keep the commandments and you decide to do what you want to do, guess what? The Most High will kill you. Right? The Most High kills. Can you get that first Samuel? So First Samuel 2 and 3.
Son.
The Most High, he will kill people. It's contrary to popular belief that everyone thinks the Messiah is a certain way. They think he's some soft guy, right? Everyone got the image of the Lord messed up. He's a rough man. He's a man of war. When you read Exodus 15 and 3, right? Read that.
1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse number 6. The Lord killeth.
The Lord killeth, right? And if you see anybody that dies, anybody that gets shot with a bullet, anybody that got murdered, may the Lord kill you. What else?
And maketh alive.
And he make alive. The Most High, he'll heal you.
He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up.
So the Most High do all these things. So fear the Most High God, keep the commandments. You gotta search out the commandments, brother. There's a lot of commandments you gotta keep, right? Before you do it. Again, we the Israelites set up